Hi everybody, welcome back to the Yotso Tech Tracks YouTube channel. Today's the day I'm going to finally make a video for you guys about my in-car refrigerator. This is basically a 15-liter Alpicool refrigerator. This is a proper compressor-driven refrigerator. It is not a cooler, it is not a chiller that many companies market. Years ago, my family and I used to carry buckets and ice chests and anything we could to keep the food from perishing. However, that gets very old very quickly. You have to go through a lot of ice to keep your perishables from getting ruined. Frozen meats, you don't want to mess with stuff like that if you're far away from civilization, in remote areas, for camping, traveling, wherever. That is something that you need, reliable refrigerator to carry your food with you. So where do we begin? This is a 15-liter refrigerator. It has all the modern features. It's Bluetooth. It has a 50-watt motor inside. It doesn't draw a lot of electricity, and I'll give you guys a quick look inside. You can hold quite a lot of soft drinks is what I use it for. It just cycled right now. This is basically the exact same design as your in-house refrigerator. There is Freon inside. There's a compressor, and it cycles to keep everything cold. And it is not very noisy at all. Let me stop talking for a moment and let you guys listen. Okay, so as I said, it is running right now. It is not noisy at all. With the engine idling, doors closed, I cannot tell this thing is running except for if I put my arm on this for armrest, which is exactly what I use it for as well. One of the reasons I keep it here in the middle is because it is surprisingly close to the same height as on the door. So when driving, it is a very comfortable driving position just to rest your arm on it. It is very quick, easy to get to anything inside. And I have it set right now to, let me show you, 2 degrees. Just like any other refrigerator, when the temperature goes up, the compressor kicks on, it cools it down, and then it stops running. As I mentioned, this has a 50-watt motor, 50. It has actually the same internal components as inside my camper. I have 2 more of these refrigerators. However, they're bigger units. One is, I think, a 35-liter, one is a 50-liter. Now, one of those refrigerators I do use as a proper freezer, and the other one is similar to this. I set it to about 2 or 3 degrees Celsius above zero to keep the food cold. This one, as well as any of the other ones, can freeze. This can go all the way down to minus 18 degrees Celsius, which is perfect for if you want to go to the store and get some ice cream, get some frozen meats, and this will keep it nice and cool reliably. We've had this, all 3 actually refrigerators we got at once, and we had them for many years now. I've never had any issues with any of them, and especially this one, because it lives inside the vehicle. It's good and bad. The good part is it's out of the elements. It's pretty safe as far as any dust that can get inside. That's not to worry about. The bad thing is because in-vehicle temperatures can get extremely high, so the compressor does kick on quite a lot in those situations. Now, in my condition, I use this vehicle every day, almost every day, 5-6 days a week. I do start it up, and check out my other videos, guys, because I do have quite a lot of information about the electrical system. So just to recap again, this does not draw off of the starting battery. I would never advise anybody to do that because it will drain down your battery and you will not start your engine. So right now, from previous videos, if you guys have been watching, basically my auxiliary battery right now is running at 13.7 volts, and the refrigerator, the voltage draw difference is about 12.9, 13 volts. So it has plenty of power, but the reason it is doing that because I have this plugged into shore power. Again, from previous videos, if you guys are interested, right now I have it plugged into my battery charger because for a couple of days the truck is sitting, and because it's fairly hot in the car, and if I ever need to, I want this thing ready to be basically driving with ice cold drinks. So one of the reasons I made the video today, just today in the mail, I got my solar charge controller. This is going to be used primarily for this refrigerator. A lot of other electronics, but the biggest power draw I have on the auxiliary battery is a refrigerator. So my solar panel, I will be showing you guys a rundown of this 50-watt panel. This folds out. I can leave it folded here on the dashboard, halfway out, completely out. I can even put it sideways because this does come with a fairly long cable. So this one plugs right into the solar panel, and the cable is, I believe, 2 meters long, 3 meters long, something like that. And this solar controller, I'm going to be mounting it most likely here. That way I can have it plugged in if ever I need to. Or this panel, if I'm parked in the shade for a couple of days, I'm going to take the panel and extend the cables out the window and, for example, put it here in the sun. You want the solar panel to be in the sun to give maximum performance. However, they do work through the windshield, but you lose a couple of percentage of efficiency. So it is what it is, but that's my solution for my power. As I said, right now I need to plug this in every couple of days if I'm not starting the truck, because even though the compressor draws only 50 watts thereabouts, after a while it does discharge the auxiliary battery, and then it will go into fault mode. If there's not enough power, the refrigerator cannot run, and everything is monitored actually through this display. When I'm driving, I can glance over to make sure everything is okay, everything is running. As you guys can see, I do have it seat belted down. One of the reasons I really like this truck and these type of trucks, if it's an automatic transmission, I prefer column shift, and I prefer a seat right in the middle. I don't like those big giant consoles. I would not have a place to put this where it's convenient for me when I'm driving by myself, for example. Especially my wife is watching over the 2 other kids in the car, so I'm gonna be the one, even on the road, to open this up, give whoever whatever they want, drinks, food, whatever. So this is very easy. Even in my driving position, one hand on the wheel, I can pop this open quickly and distribute the food as required. This is very small refrigerator, even though it's 15-liter capacity. It is measured, I believe, at 13 inches width. It's about 22 inches long, so it's about 2 feet, and it's about 10 inches from bottom to top. It is not heavy at all, and it does come with a fairly long 12-volt cable. Basically, it plugs into the back of the refrigerator. I have it mounted under the seat, coiled up right now, and basically it plugs into a cigarette lighter or a power port such as this one that I have running to my distribution panel, which is for my auxiliary battery, and from here everything gets distributed what I don't want to be drawing off the starting battery. Again, recap for previous videos, this truck does have 2 starting batteries and 1 auxiliary battery. Just in case if I'm in the middle of nowhere, I would rather have 2 starting batteries just to make 100% sure the truck will start, and 1 auxiliary battery is plenty enough for me for this refrigerator. As I said, this is the biggest power draw for the auxiliary battery in this truck, but when I do plug this truck in to my 7-pin connector, my homemade camper does have quite a lot of solar panels on the roof, and there's 3 other auxiliary batteries in that for a total of 4, and they all get tied together, so plenty of power for feeding all the electrical needs. As I said, this refrigerator is not very big, not very heavy, so one of the advantages too, you can pick this up, put it anywhere basically, front seat, back seat. I can even put it in this truck. I do have the big doors on this truck. This is the crew cab one, so it fits fairly easily on the floor. Excuse the mess. Just want to show you guys at my driving position, there's plenty of room to put this. As I said, it's only 13 inches wide, and there is 1.5 feet of room here, so plenty of room to put it even in the middle where the room is a little bit smaller on the floor. So very easy, very lightweight to carry. It keeps your food cold, no more having to mess with ice, and just in case if you need to, if I need to, I can also put this refrigerator underneath the tonneau cover. I do have a power port also feeding off that 12-volt auxiliary battery, so in case I need to carry 6 people or whatever, I have to put something in the middle of the truck in the front seat. That refrigerator goes in the back, gets plugged in, and functions perfectly for my needs. So I hope this is a quick little introduction for you guys that you've been looking for. Again, in my situation, I would rather have one of these, even though it's a couple of $100s even for the small one. If and that's a big if. These refrigerators last a couple of years. I'm hoping between 5 to 10 years of use out of them. I'll be very happy. In the long run, it is actually cheaper than keep on buying ice if you do camp fairly a lot and you use this every day, which I do actually for my work. I keep all my drinks in here. I use this refrigerator every day. Sometimes going shopping, I can freeze this down to buy meats, buy ice cream. I can leave the truck parked for hours in the sun and no problem. One more thing, because I do have only one auxiliary battery in this truck, if you guys are interested, because this is a 50-watt draw and it does cycle quite a lot in the summer, because as I said, it's in the truck, and inside the truck it gets fairly hot. So about 2 to 3 days I don't have to plug the auxiliary battery in, I don't have to start the truck, and I don't even have to mess with the solar panel that I'm going to be using. However, it is something that I just prefer to do because solar panel is pretty much free energy from the sun. As long as the sun is shining, you get some sunlight, it is going to charge the battery. So it is a worthwhile investment to have solar panel with any kind of electrical additions such as this one. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. As always, I'll be happy to answer them for you. I can make more videos about these little fridges, but I pretty much covered all the bases, I think. If anyone's interested in these, so far I have a great experience with this brand. This 15-liter and my 2 other larger ones are working flawlessly. Never had a hiccup, never had any problems, and hopefully for years and years to come, the same can be said. So thanks guys for watching, and like the video, subscribe, write a comment, and I'll be happy to share information with the community. So see you next time. Thanks for watching Yotso Tech Tracks YouTube channel. Bye bye.